And a very good Thursday evening to you. I'm FOX54 Weather Impact Chief Meteorologist Jordan Dressman. Thanks so much for tuning in. We'll get to your July 4th forecast here in a minute. Teaser, there is going to be a fair amount of sunshine, but I also have a small, emphasis on small amount of rain in the forecast. Live look over into Cobb County this evening. Slight increase in the amount of cloud cover. That's okay. We're not talking about any rain, just a little bit of cloud cover to add a little bit of color, a little bit of texture to the sky. Kind of takes away a little bit from the blue, I suppose. Gives you something a little exciting to look at. Much the same as we look from the top of Montesano, though you can also notice the pale blue, maybe a little bit of haze hanging out over the city of Huntsville. What I really want you to pay attention to, temperature and dew point. Look how fantastic it is. Considering it's mid-July, these numbers really are fantastic. 88 degrees right now is the air temperature. Dew point, though, of 65. What a treat that is in the early days of July to be talking about a dew point in the mid-60s. And you probably felt that through the course of the afternoon. If you spent any time outside, you noticed it really wasn't too terribly humid across the Tennessee Valley. One more look for you. We're looking northbound on Memorial Parkway. Plenty of sunshine here over the Huntsville metro area. Maybe a couple of clouds up in the sky, but that's about it. Again, just a little bit of cloud cover to add a little bit of color. Temperatures climbed into the upper 80s and lower 90s this afternoon. These numbers just at or just below where we should be this time of year. Our friends over in Florence saw a high temperature this afternoon of 92 degrees. Huntsville saw 91. Everybody else saw temperatures in the mid and upper 80s. 88 was a very popular number over in northeast Alabama. Scottsboro, Fort Payne, and Arab all saw 88 degrees. So did our friends up across southern Middle Tennessee, Pulaski, and Fayetteville. Both saw high temperatures this afternoon of 88. Athens and Decatur saw highs today of 89. The average high temperature, give or take, right around 91 or 92 degrees, kind of location dependent. Current numbers across the Tennessee Valley, we're sitting in the mid and upper 80s, 85 in Arab, 86 in Coleman. We're sitting at 85 in Moulton, 87 in Pulaski, 88 degrees right now in Huntsville. Really going to prove to be a fantastic evening, especially when you consider the fact that, again, really not all that humid across the area. Dew points sitting in the mid 60s. In some cases, we're talking about dew points over in the lower 60s. If you're over in northeast Alabama, really some fantastic weather this evening. Temperatures in the mid 80s, dew points in the lower 60s. Really couldn't ask for anything better. If you're going to start your 4th of July celebrations a little bit early, spend some time outside this evening, hanging out with friends and family. Going to be a fantastic evening for it. Not just over in northeast Alabama, but elsewhere across the Tennessee Valley, as everybody's talking about the lower dew points, which just makes it feel great. Enjoy it, because the dew points are going to begin to climb in the rather immediate future. It's going to feel more humid as we head into the 4th of July, and that increased humidity is going to stick with us. Then as we head into the weekend, and then as we head into the early part of next week. Consistently, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then even as we head into Monday and Tuesday of next week, it is consistently going to feel like it is anywhere between 100 to 103 degrees. That's okay, not necessarily heat advisory criteria, and honestly, it's pretty standard for this time of year. Like I said, we're not talking about any rain this evening across the Tennessee Valley. Radar looks nice and quiet, and it's going to stay that way through the rest of the evening, and then even as we head into the overnight. Temperatures over the next couple of hours, 84 at 7, 81 by 8, 78 degrees by the time we get to 9 o'clock. Now, through the course of the afternoon, we have found ourselves loosely under the control of an area of high pressure. But that area of high pressure is going to begin to slide to the east as we head into the overnight. Winds are going to be a little more southerly as we head into the 4th of July. That southerly wind component is going to increase the amount of moisture across the Tennessee Valley, hence the increase in humidity. And then we're also talking about a small opportunity for rain as we head into the 4th of July. Also continuing to watch this stationary boundary back off to the southeast. It's going to continue to hang out there for the next couple of days. Could end up bringing some tropical activity to at least the Atlantic Ocean. Here's Futurecast as we head into the lunch hour on Friday. Going to be beautiful. Beautiful start to the day. Plenty of sunshine, a little bit of cloud cover here and there, but overall, a beautiful start to the day. Again, more humid, but a beautiful start to the day. Now, look what happens by the time we get to the middle part of the afternoon. A couple of isolated showers are beginning to pop up across the Tennessee Valley. For the most part, this activity is going to be confined to locations east of the I-65 corridor. And even then, this activity is going to be really hard to come by. I think Futurecast is doing a really good job here at kind of painting a really accurate picture of what's going to end up happening tomorrow. For the most part, we're going to end up talking about a mostly sunny sky. A couple of clouds here and there, but overall, we're talking about a mostly sunny sky. Then as we head into the heart of the afternoon, some diurnally driven shower activity is going to begin to develop. And again, for the most part, if that activity actually develops, it looks like it's going to end up being east of the I-65 corridor. Now, I say that, and then I show you 6:30 in the evening, and you're beginning to see shower activity that's west of the I-65 corridor. I don't necessarily believe in this solution. It's possible, but I don't necessarily buy this solution. I think if anybody's going to see rain, it's going to be folks east of the I-65 corridor, and whatever rain does fall on Friday isn't going to stick around very long. Is it going to inhibit firework viewing? No, absolutely not. And then from there, we'll be dry as we head into the overnight, early into your Saturday morning. Now, through the course of Saturday afternoon, isolated to widely scattered showers and thunderstorms are once again going to be possible across the Tennessee Valley. Chances still relatively low, somewhere between 10 and 30%. Here's that mention of the tropics. There's about a 60% chance that we're going to get some sort of tropical formation over the next 7 days. And at one point, it looked like it could happen just off the west coast of Florida in the Gulf, but it looks like the best chance for that activity is going to be just off the east coast and then out into the Atlantic Ocean. So something we're going to pay attention to over the next week. Right now, it doesn't look like it would have any impact on us here across the Tennessee Valley. Just like the last couple of nights, maybe a little bit of patchy dense fog develops across the area as we head into the overnight and early into your Friday morning. Most of us are going to be just fine. Temperatures dropping into the mid-60s. I've got a low right around 68 degrees. Now, historically speaking, we typically don't get a lot of rain on the 4th of July, just a couple of 1/100ths of an inch. And if we get any rain tomorrow, that's exactly what we're going to see. We're going to see a couple of 1/100ths of an inch. It's going to rain for 5 or 10, maybe 15 minutes, and then it's going to get out of here. There is absolutely no reason to change your plans. As far as the temperature profile is concerned, typically we're somewhere in the 90s, sometimes we're in the 80s, and then even last year, and then we saw it one other year as well. Look at that. We have seen temperatures climb into the triple digits on the 4th of July. When you're talking about heat in the triple digits on the 4th of July, it really would make it quite uncomfortable to spend time at the grill. Here's what I have for you as far as a forecast is concerned. Yeah, we can look at the history all we want, but here's the forecast. Plenty of sunshine, temperatures climbing into the low and mid-90s. I've got a high temperature right around 93 degrees, a mostly clear sky. And then again, a couple of isolated showers are certainly going to be possible, but the vast majority of us end up staying dry. Now, I wanted to highlight sunset times on Friday because I think these are important to talk about. There's a lot riding on the time the sun sets on Friday. It determines when exactly it is you can start your fireworks. Now, I would probably add about another 20 minutes to these numbers. So, for example, over in northwest Alabama, the sun sets at 8:07 p.m. I probably wouldn't launch your fireworks until 8:30, maybe even 8:45 for optimal viewing. I would hold off until 9 o'clock. Much the same across the heart of the Tennessee Valley. Sunset is 8:03 p.m. across the I-65 corridor. And yeah, believe it or not, the sunset time actually varies a little bit. The further you push to the west, the later it's going to get within the central time zone. The further you push to the east, the earlier it's going to get. For example, we went from 8:07 over in northwest Alabama to 7:59 p.m. over in northeast Alabama. So if you live in northeast Alabama, while everybody else is waiting until about 9 o'clock to set off their fireworks, you can probably wait until 8:30 or 8:45 for optimal viewing of your fireworks. You spent the money on your fireworks, or you traveled to go see the fireworks. You want to see them in their grandeur. You want to be able to enjoy all of the colors that fireworks bring. But what about the weather Friday evening? Really going to be quite nice as far as temperatures are concerned. Just to touch on the humid end of the spectrum, like I said, but otherwise quite nice. 80 degrees at 9, 79 by 10, 78 degrees by the time we get to 11 o'clock at night. Then we can look at both Saturday and Sunday. We can look at the entire weekend. I've got 93 degrees on Saturday, plenty of sunshine, mostly dry. For the most part, it's going to be a great day. A rogue shower certainly can't be ruled out. A rogue shower can't be ruled out as we head into your Sunday. Once again, temperatures climbing into the lower 90s. I've got a high temperature right around 92 degrees.